Sup? Corn, welcome. Frank, welcome. Hello, hello. Silly, welcome back. Okay. BRB, gotta take a shit. Alright. Okay, so we do have one package. It's a pretty big one here. Let's get this bad boy open. Or figure out how to at least. One package, yes, pretty big package. All right. So, check this out. We got our first package from Brooklyn, and oh, look at that. Which included this free tote and a duvet and this lightweight down comforter. Oh, it's a K. Gawk, welcome. Yes, it is a K. Yes, I did get some bedding, and then I was very disappointed to learn that just as I received, like I ordered I made two separate orders. After I placed the first one, I received this one, and after I received this one, I just learned that there's a better sale that's running on, like that just started today. It's like funny how that works, huh? So I think I just scammed myself out of like probably over $50. Unfortunately. Bitter Seeds, Savior, welcome. At least you gotta start sleeping a day earlier. Yeah, that's true. I didn't want to risk because like some of the bedding I got was like final sale, like clearance, discontinuing stuff. So it was just like I didn't want to risk waiting longer, just because I like the pattern so much. So yeah. You get on Key Code Zero? Yes, I did. Okay. I got a few things to mention here, just about what's going on in chat right now, and also, yeah, all that. So, first of all, yes, let's start from the top. Yes, this is the K. We got the copper top, and this is a GMK ski data, and it's like I feel like that orange looks really good on this. What do you guys think? Casual Topo Ranger, welcome. So I've been driving this for a couple days now, and there were a couple things that I learned. One is I actually kind of like it. As much as the KV2 has been shit on, for over a year now. I actually kind of like this, and there's a few things that happened. So just as a recap here, I had a custom plate cut so that it had the Topre style EC stabilizers rather than cherry plate mount stabilizers. So I think that was a big plus. Two, it's in stainless steel, that plate. But then there's a few things since the end of last stream that we saw and stuff that would happen off stream. So I put it together, and I just felt like the sound, if you guys remember at the end of last streams, I didn't like the sound that much. And then I realized this came with a case foam. And I threw the case foam in, and it actually does tame the sound really well. So as much as I usually don't like putting in foam, it's like this foam actually makes this particular board sound better. And without it, it really sounds very not good. So there's that. The other thing I realized was, Gok, you said it, but you said that you were hearing rattle. And I just kind of thought that that was like the unsilencing factor of this. But then it actually occurred to me as I actually took it apart after stream, and I was just looking at it, just trying to figure things out, and I realized no, this is just straight up stabilizer, like spacebar stabilizer rattle. And I'm like, this is so weird because I'm like, we talked about it before, where like even just on the day of that last stream, where I was just like, sometimes your stabilizers or whatever's in your board just is weird, and sometimes you just redo it and then it's just better, right? Like sometimes you could just take out all the switches, put in some other switches or something, and then like somehow it'll just sound better, whatever. In particular, this, I was like looking, I was trying to figure it out, and then I realized what it was the PBB spacebar stabilizers. Let me show you. I wonder if we could see pictures of it on AliExpress. SCR KBD. Frank, welcome back. Okay, so I just want to show this real quick because this is a learning that I had late at night the other night. If we look really closely, that sucks because it's like black, so it's just hard to see. So if you look really closely, I mean, this is like the Topre style EC stabilizer, where it's a giant square, kind of almost the shape of a switch. And it kind of just pushes in and then it functions as a stabilizer would, right? Then there's this insert piece. And so we can also look at this, say, for example, like on Deskies. Same kind of thing, probably a little bit easier to see just because it's probably not all black. Stabilizer sliders. Stabilizer kit. Yes. Here. Okay, good. Gonna turn 2 soon. Ooh. Wow. That's quick. All right, so here's the thing. With Topre and with Deskies, this insert is like kind of held captive. And I always thought that was kind of weird. I'm just like, how do you take it out? And then when you come to PBB, it's like, whoa, this actually is removable. And not only is it removable, it's just actually very hard to keep in. But I think it's that, like, there's like tolerance differences, there's design differences, and there's just a lot more space. There's a lot more space in these pieces. And I think because there's so much space in there, like that's just more opportunity for the wire to move around, and just like there's just might not be enough lube in there. So you might actually start to get ticks. So what I just realized is like you just kind of flood this to try to fill the gaps, and like the tick is like gone. So that's kind of what I learned. And so once I was able to do that, everything seemed kind of fine. Now, before I did this whole plate thing, I was running the cherry plate mount stabilizers, and I still was kind of getting a tick there, which was super annoying. So I don't know that I have a good explanation for that one, other than I don't know. I tried flooding that one, and it was still kind of doing it. So I don't know what was going on there. In any case, that you can are able to do it in this fashion, I think just kind of makes this experience quite a bit better. So we could do just like another real quick type test here. Happy early birthday. Hey. All right, here we go. Have you tried heat shrinking sleeves on wire? I haven't. I personally haven't. I know that like people have talked about doing that on MX with like varying degrees of success. I personally have just never tried it on neither MX nor like EC. So, have you? Okay. Anyways, so famous last words as usual. I think this might be a short stream. I hope it's a short stream. We'll see. I'm gonna bring out the Lily here. We're gonna try out this build. Did that to my S60HG work perfectly? I see. I don't know. Maybe I ought to give it a shot. Then now that you say that, so, just realized I have a second PCB, but I'm not sure. I thought it was in this case. I guess not. All right, there's the Lily. I want to run a type test on this, but I'm gonna go grab the other thing first, the actual other PCB. Okay. So here it is. Some extra stuff. I don't know if I remember exactly what this is. Oh, looks like some extra gaskets. I think Agok also mentioned this came with some stabilizers, but I forgot what the stabilizers were. They seem to be unlabeled, but they do have like an asymmetry to them. Type Plus. Do people typically or generally like Type Plus? I've never used it. It seems like there's probably got to be like a different methodology to it, right? Jian says Koreans really like it. I see. Okay, I had a fucking battle with these stabilizers. I see. So there's probably some methodology to it that possibly my brain is too smooth, or at least too smooth for it right now to really figure out, because they do look different. Like the wire is different. Okay, so let's do a type test, but not before I find out what is in it. So let's see, we got this blue-gray Lily. It's currently, it's got a plateless design. We've got JWK Hades housings with Gateron Black Ink V2 stems. Spritz Slow 5 68 gram springs. Duroc V2 stabilizers, and DSS Dolch for the keycaps. Wise Donkey, welcome. So let's just do a type test because it's already out here. Might as well. So here we go. Okay. I'm super fucking picky with my stabilizers. There's no real easy way to syringe and retune after it's built, especially with solder PCB. Oh, okay. That is interesting to know. All right, I'm probably not going to use them. This seems like a real hot swap PCB thing to do, right? Like I said, just hook that bitch in. They're good though. Night Fury, welcome. Hello, quick question. GMK Red Cyrillic or Evil Dulch? I'm guessing by Red Cyrillic you're referring to like white on black Red Cyrillic. For me personally, I kind of have issues with both of them, but that's just like a personal preference thing. With Evil Dulch, I feel like there's kind of too many colors. Ricky, thank you for the 22 months. I feel like there's kind of, as funny as it is, I feel like there's kind of too many colors. Like, there's black, dark gray, red, and white. I just feel like that's too much. Maybe it's just me. So that's just like a visual, you know, it's like my tastes. Evil Dulce does not have too many colors. I think it has too many colors. However, I do think that the fact that like the latest run of Evil Dulce came with all these different like kitting options is actually really cool. So I support that they did that. So I like that. I generally, yes, I agree, Gawk, actually. I generally like Slasher more as well. Any idea why dome gaskets cause issues on SRX with Deskey's slider number 5 rings real force housings? Deskey's housings have more travel allowance than real... Yes. I think that... So I don't really use Deskey's silencing rings at all, but like they're typically made to kind of like function similar to how like the Type S Topre like works, or like the silence Topre works, where it's like there's more travel allowance. And when you say issues, like it might be that there's the dome doesn't compress upwards on the slider enough, so there's gonna be a little bit more funkiness pre hit or pre depression. Travel will be 0.5 shorter in real force housings. Yeah, I do like the dark red on Evil Dulce though. It's like, for me, I kind of just wish like it was all red and like a brighter red, but then at some point I think that would just be Slasher, right? I also said it was black and red themed and going for stealth keycaps on my black QK65 V2C. Okay, so separately, Night Fury, my issue with the red Cyrillic, if you're referring to the white on black red Cyrillic, I don't like the sub legends on it. Not that I don't like how they look, like in terms of like the design of the characters, but I don't like the UV raising of it. For a different reason that other people have complained about UV raising. People complain about UV raising in that, like, if you're really aggressive with it somehow, like it might fade away. I don't like it because I just don't like how they feel, and I'd rather they just be gone. GMK Redline, let's see. GMK Redline. I don't know, I feel like this is kind of very Evil Dulce-like. So I don't know, look, it's a taste thing. So like, you might have different tastes than I do. So you, like, if you're asking me to choose, oh, that's a tough one. I don't know. Yeah, I would probably put Redline behind Evil Dulce in this case. I don't know. Does anyone have photos? It's very hard to please you. It's pretty hard. I don't know. It's not that hard. I think there's just like, I have just a funny criteria for how I like my keycaps to be personally. Funny. I won't say like strict or stringent or anything like that, but just funny. I have a funny criteria. That said, Night Fury, I guess I would probably choose Evil Dolch. I guess I would probably choose Evil Dolch out of all the options that you've mentioned. I like how they feel either, especially on alphas. Mods are okay. I see. Okay, wait. What was this? So I either sacrifice rings or dome gasket. So, casual temperature, I think. I'm not sure the answer. So I forget, where does the dome gasket go? 'Cause I've never used dome gaskets. Gasket. These go. I see, on top. Okay. Silencing ring compresses dome. Yeah, I think you're supposed to get rid of the dome gaskets in that case if you're actually using silencing rings. Or you're supposed to use kind of like the right one exactly. I don't know how all the numbers work because I typically don't throw on really any of these gaskets onto my builds. I also typically don't like Deskies as much as some of the other options out there, personally. So I think that there's probably some combo you need, and I don't know exactly what it is. For me, personally, I try to unsilence, and in that case, it's like, for Deskies or for like silenced OEM, like I have to throw on slider gaskets as like the opposite of what you do, just to like give back the amount that you need. So yeah. Midfresh Mike, welcome back. Like using Evil Doge mods as an accent on all black stealth. I see. I just need Moto in general. Who is that? Night Fury, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Savior, I never answered your question from earlier, but yes, or fully discussed it. I did get it on the Key Cult Zero. So I'm actually kind of excited. Like, I know it's supposed to be like their newish, budget-ish option, but like, I've never had a Key Cult. I've never used a Key Cult. So like, this is actually kind of exciting to me. Like, I'm also planning on trying to get in on the 160 group buy as well. I believe that one's going to be a group buy. This stuff is all in stock. Ricky, it's not instead. I think I'm going to also try to go for the 160 as well. I don't know. Is that bad? Is there something wrong with that? I've never had a key call before. I already got shipping for it. It's crazy. So I went for basically all gold and silver. So I got a gold base. I got a silver tray, solder, aluminum plate, and then gold accent bars. But then, you know me, I gotta add the HHKB accent. I just feel like, personally, I just found it to be, yeah, I mean, you already know. There's no point in asking me. You know, okay, here's a couple other things. There's a couple other things to note about this. Yeah, it was weird that you have to buy HHKB separate. They force WinKey. They force WinKey on you. I didn't like that. Secondly, I think it's also the case they force a plate on you too, when it's PCB gasket mount. Hey bro, I just got the package. Thank you. Those Kit Kats from Norway are gas. That's hilarious because I remember I think I gave one to Tina and she hated it. Yeah, those came from what did they come from? I think they came from Antipode. The couple of recent Antipode packages I've had, they drop in some stuff. Okay, so anyways, another thing, you know what I didn't do is I didn't get a second PCB because it didn't hit me that, like, you know, I could just go plateless on this. I could. I don't know if I'd want to, but I could, and I just realized maybe I should have gone for a plate build and a plateless build. It didn't though. Anyways, yeah, I was like really trying to figure out what colors I would really like. What colors do I think would look really good? It's just hard to tell when you can't see every combo. Like, they don't show you the HHKB look. They don't let you spin this whole thing around. You just gotta trust based off of what the configurator shows you, and also from these just sample configurations. So like, I was trying to just like imagine, okay, what, like I was debating first on like, maybe do I want the baby blue accent bars and layout bar? Do I don't know, because I'm just like, what would look cleanest with a silver tray? Because I don't know, I feel like silver is the way to go for me on this one. I don't know, I just kind of got this feeling that like, I feel like everyone's gonna go for this green, and I think I'm good on green right now, personally. Yeah, I think I was just like, it just had to be silver. I think dark gold, I don't know, I wasn't really feeling this dark gold either. It's just kind of hard to tell what that's gonna really look like, I feel like. And then like, it's kind of weird how they didn't have all colors of everything. So it's like, I would have maybe gone for baby blue if there was a baby blue bottom. Then it occurred to me that there's also polycarbonate accent bars. I'm like, is that going to look good? I just don't know. Yeah, I want a mono green. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too at first. I was like, maybe I should try to go for the mono green, but I don't know. I'm not sure if I need like a full green right now. And I just thought like, you know what? It's like already gonna like, so this situation right here kind of reminds me already of my Z60 Evolve, which is a board I kind of didn't really like. I had some of it refinished and I actually like it a little bit better now. But I think this one like looks a little bit more respectable than the Z60 Evolve, specifically because you actually do get a little top lip of the same color. Whereas like on the Z60 Evolve, I think it was like you have a big chunk that just ends up getting like the brass treatment. Anyways, I ended up getting it. I'm very anxious to see how this is. Like, you know, it's my first key cult build, or key cult board. It's cool that it's shipping out so quickly. And then yeah, I'm like looking forward to the 160 as well. I don't know. I'm just kind of curious. Are there any 160 HHKBs out there? I feel like if there are, it's like it's probably some kind of like one-off, right? I don't know. I'm kind of curious. No, I think this is the first official service. Yeah, I was thinking there might be like one-off customs. Oh, is this the Tifu? I'm not gonna lie. You know, like, I know everyone... So I know that Teja did the Tifu board, and then like everyone was going crazy over it, and then it kind of became a meme because it was just so overplayed. But then, like, in retrospect, that board did look pretty lit. I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, let's work on this build. Okay. So here's a PCB. Anything else in here? Probably not. I think it's a pretty... To this day, I still think it's one of my favorite soundbites. I just think it looks really cool. Like, I think, like, that sort of... I don't know. That sort of whole theme I just thought was actually pretty sick. Oh, Lutheran! Hey, welcome! Yes, this is a Lily. We're about to do a second build of it. This one is plateless with some JWKs. Nice, dude, I have one. Yeah. Alright, this is the hardest part of the Lily, is trying to get the PCB out of this bag. I don't know, would prefer Nora Patina for that money instead. Oh yeah, I mean, money-wise, it's like there's no chance, no shot I'm doing that, but oh my god. Come on, there we go. Alrighty. So I guess we could start off by doing or running a test on this PCB. I don't think I did it last time. Okay. Alright, let's see what we got. Oh, the whole gang. I mean, there's a couple of missing stuff, but it's like stuff I wouldn't use anyways. So I'm not gonna bother with it. Alright. Let's grab some tweezers here. Alright, let's go. Alright, I anticipate this is probably just going to be a pretty seamless one, and I also like how it's really just a very fixed layout other than split back and step caps. Okay, everything looks good. All right, so here's the fun part. So there is supposed to be a custom plate for the Lily, just to accommodate for the LED cutout, as well as for the places to actually fit the screws in from the top. I don't have one of these plates. I got the plate from, or the plate file from Gawk, but I actually didn't run it. What I'm instead gonna run is basically just a very tiny plate, just for alphas. So if you guys haven't seen this before, it's like the other half of a half plate. And I had a few of these cut because I was trying to do like multi-material plates. So it's like I would have like palm on the outside, alu on the inside, or vice versa. But then I just printed out a bunch of extra ones of these because it was like cheap to, or like cut. So, but I think, you know, like what's kind of cool is, oh, Lutherette, thanks for the follow. Discriminate, welcome. Kind of find it funny how key cult used to be so expensive in Nivel Cadet. Now it's so available. Yeah. And it's like, I'm glad for that because I'm just like, well, I never had one before. Now I can. You know, now I can get one. So, all right. And then the other thing is we're supposed to do a tactile build. So let me see what tactiles I have. Okay, I have these U4TXs. I got cherry browns. I forgot what springs there are in there. And then I got these Invokeys blueberry chiffons. Reverse half plate is kind of lewd, like a reverse bunny. G string for a keyboard. All right, what are you guys thinking? Are these? Should I run a poll? I also need I might need a tune stabilizers. I need to see if I have any readily available. Switches for Lily alpha plate. Let's see. They're all tactiles. U4TX are these kind of like half housings. Let's do a 5-minute poll. Night 10, welcome. All right, I kind of got like a lot of keyboards on my desk right now, so I think I'm gonna pack away the K. Get your votes in for the switches. Reverse bunny suit. Okay, let me take a look at my stash of stabilizers. No way this is all of it. Unless it might be. I think I might have used all of my spare stabilizers. I had a bunch of like stray stabilizer parts, and that's kind of what I'm looking for, but I don't know if I'm able to see them, so I think I'm just going to be using these Lab V2. One of these is technically kind of used. I think it's this one. Yep. And I think since we did use, I believe we used Duroc on this one last time, I think screw-ins should be just fine. Alright. I'm going to bring out a mat, a cutting mat, just so that I can... This desk mat's a little too crazy. I'm pretty sure I'm going to lose parts on it, so... Okay, so yeah, this is our build for the night. I mean, we've just been kind of yapping for a bit. Hopefully this one shouldn't take too long. We'll tune these stabilizers, solder everything in, run a few type tests, and then kind of just call it from there. Okay. It is 7U. I'm gonna need a few things here. eventually need those. Mr. Pooter, it was good that Cloud9 came in today. Still waiting on the EC parts though. Nice. Would you end up going for Deskies? All right, Blueberry Chiffon has one. So put these away. Grab this. This right here, and this as well. Yeah, just a bunch of Deskies parts. USPS is dragging their heels though. I see. Nice. All right. Well, looking forward to it. Oh, I should have done these first. Honestly, probably a good choice. I think Deskies probably does have the best, like, aftermarket domes right now, at least, for the time being. I did end up trying the Densys KLC EC domes. I did not like them, but I have yet to try their actual parts. Okay, so I do have some news and notes. So one of the things, you know, the K build, me trying to figure out how to remove that tick, basically due to all these like giant open spaces in the PBB parts. Like I was syringing 205 in what was already a pretty heavily BDZ lubed stabilizer. I did end up going to Poverty Keys to get a BDZ syringe. I have a bunch of like just spare syringes, but I think I just want to see if there's anything I could glean from maybe the gauge needle or like how they might have filled the syringe rather than me just trying to figure it out myself. So I grabbed one of them, and they've had them on sale. Their first run of parts had issues with the rotated stems. I didn't bother with them since then. Deskies or Densys? I assume you mean Densys, right? Yeah. Yeah, they send out like fix kits now. And I haven't tried it, but my plan is to throw all of these into my last Real Force build. Unfortunately, I am 6 55-gram domes short from the build that I intend to put together, but I think that's probably fine because it's really just a display board. I'm not ever going to use it, so this Real Force, I'm probably just going to change the nav cluster to be some other dome. Just check if all these look good. Make sure I put them in the right orientation. I know them, and their first reaction was that there weren't any issues. There are 0 problems. We have the perfect product. Is poking holes in HHKB domes worth it? That's how to like make it lighter, right? I would never, because there's no I don't want my domes to be lighter unless they're the PBB 65 gram domes. In which case it's just like I just wouldn't really use them. Oh, this is not a good idea. There's a bunch of lube on the outside. It was like kind of dusty lube. We haven't self-investigated and come to the conclusion there are no issues. That's pretty much it, right? I feel like there's very seldom that I have been tuning MX stabilizers lately. Just because I was reusing them so often after breaking down other builds. Come on. There we go. P-Man, welcome. Oh yeah, the switches have been determined. I just didn't update the command. But it is we're gonna be running these blueberry chiffon switches. I believe I threw in so the Invokeys blueberry chiffon tactile switches, or like a light to medium tactile. Then I think I spring swapped them to use. I believe it's the Uche Studio CL63 635. It's just like 63.5 gram spring, but it's like pretty short. It's like some like 13.5 millimeters. I have to get reacclimated to using these OutLab stabilizers. I have so many of these OutLab stabilizers. It's kind of nutty. But I haven't used these in a while. It's just like Divinity has them for so cheap. It was like too good of a deal to pass up. All right. So what else? Oh yeah, I think it was probably because of the other night's build, Tuesday night's build, that like post stream I was like just looking at this, trying to figure out how to fix some stuff, like fix the spacebar ticking for so long that it kind of messed up my sleep schedule. Like yesterday was awful, and then I ended up taking what felt like a 3-hour nap from like 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. And then when I tried going to sleep last night, it was like really awful. Like I think I tried getting to bed at like 3 and was like rolling around to like 5 a.m. And then at some point I think I slept for like almost 2 hours. It was like 6:45 and I had to pee. And I was like, fuck, I might as well just stay up and then like order my Key Cult Zero. I don't know how quickly it's gonna go because it's like an in-stock product. Looks like it's not like gone at all. Looks like there's kind of enough for everybody. But I was just like, I might as well just stay up, and then kind of drifted in and out of sleep all day. And it was all because of this KV2. But you know what I also realized is that, like, I feel bad for a couple reasons because I've built these Pro 2s with the PBB parts, and I think I need to go back to those and then adjust those stabilizers. But I also feel worse because I think I may have not have put in enough lube on the space bars of the ones that I've already sold. Like 2 of them were at the hot swap, and then another one was, I think maybe it was to Nap Wizard. So at some point I got to do that. And I also still haven't even taken pictures of any of the stuff, any of the new stuff I'm selling. I've been like procrastinating super hard on all that. Like, for those of you guys who don't know, I'm still trying to sell a couple of PBB Pro 2s, as well as a Vero V2 in peony pink polycarbonate. And then also a couple of copper show Real Force R1 plates. What chances I have for the S60 HG plate to fit perfectly into the S60 V2? I don't think it works. I kind of remember trying it out, and it's a different plate. Like Randy and I were looking at it. I think the HG plate fits a V1 if I recall correctly, but I also don't know. I don't think I've tried it yet. But I think that was the case. Okay, so that should be it for that. However, we do have to install them. Now I am sad as hell. Sorry, man. I mean, you could try it. I'm not sure if I might be mistaken. These things I never use. Okay, so there's all these wire pillows, but the thing I want to get rid of is all these clear washers. I do not like these clear washers. They're hard to see, and they're also hard to handle. So what I typically do is I have this other baggie that's just all clear washers, and then I just throw them all in there. Also, I threw a couple of these wire pillows in something else, and I already forgot what it was. I needed it for some reason, and I don't quite remember. At some point, I'm going to finish with all of these clear plastic washers, and then I guess I'm going to junk these. Some lucky winner will have hundreds of these. So I separately have like 1,000 of these paper washers off of Amazon. I don't need that many, but I poured that many out. Kajita, welcome by the way. Everyone get your points in. What percentage are we at now? The day that the goal is finished, I'm going to mysteriously disappear all nonchalant. I think Show told me to play it as 40 USD last time I checked. He still needs to ship me SR1 case. You want me to ask again? I think maybe the concern is that he has a whole assembly inside of an HG that he wanted to just transport directly into a V2. If that's what I wanted, and then I realized, oh, it's not going to work. SV2 polycarb student, I want to try. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I wanted to do actually, but I don't think the plates are compatible. Like the screw positioning is different. I think plate is the least of your concern then. Pure audiophile curiosity. Okay, so I believe that should be it, but let's also just check, do these stabilizers work? And even if they don't, it should be fine. We could change them out pretty easily because this plate is all goofy and all tiny, and this won't affect any of it. Anyways, we still probably do prefer a plate fork. But yeah, I think we can just get to throwing this all together, yeah. See, I almost just threw this bag away, not realizing that there was a daughter board inside. Oh, whatever. I was about to struggle to put the wire pillows in, but I realized I could just do that after too. So the silly thing is that this ends up sliding around kind of a lot. Usually when you have like some kind of full plate, the plate will kind of hold in place because of how it is captive around like the stabilizer housings. I think that should be good though. Another thing too though is that I think I cut these plates with too tight a kerf. Okay, so this didn't really work. Hold on. So yeah, these switches end up being super tight in this. There we go. Jur, welcome back. So, Jur, are you, not to pry, but are you like now away from home for an extended period of time? I ask because I'm just like, should I just wait to send you that plate? Something like that, yes. Speaking of sending things, I'm trying to figure out my best course of action. Because, so I dropped off a bunch of envelopes for those of you guys who have won prints. I've dropped off a bunch of envelopes today. Not all of them, not all packages. I think, Jur, yours is the last package that I would have to send out. But there's like a couple of situations where I have a bunch of envelopes to send out. By the way, I don't know, Mint Fresh Mike, if you're still in here, check your Discord DMs because I'm trying to get your address to send this print to. Anyways, you know, I send these out in stamped envelopes. And so I'm like, I'm not almost done with the roll of stamps. I buy like 100 stamps at a time, but that's a pretty big price jump. Pretty big price jump from last year to this year. Pretty significant. It was like a 10% jump in the price of stamps. I'm also just thinking, just kind of in general, I don't know if I should buy more stamps. I don't know when the right time to send packages really is. Because I don't know if... I don't know if we're still going to have a postal service. You know? Did you mention I forgot about said package? It's just an envelope. Just wait till they try folding into whatever other agency they want to do, and at worst they privatize it, what it should show. Yeah, so like, there's a part of me that's just like I'm, in just being practical here. Is there a situation here where my stamps, if I bought 100 stamps right now, they'll become useless in the future? That's what I'm worried about. I don't want to spend $75 on stamps and then like they do nothing. You know? Honestly, don't know. Yeah, I bought stamps last February, and I'm like, okay, when am I gonna need more stamps? I legit doubt if anything, stamp prices might just go up, but the current ones are forever. Yeah, so then I'm like, how many forever stamps should I buy? Because I don't know if you've ever been to USPS's website, but there are some stamps, like, if you want the tulip stamp, I was just looking at this last night. This is crazy. Check this out. This is kind of wild. You click forever, right? Let's go with, let's see, roll/coil. Look at this. You could get these pretty cool tulip blossom stamps, right? But they start at $2,000 because they only come either in rolls of 3,000 or in rolls of 10,000. But then there's a part of me that's just like, should I just buy it now? And then, you know, it'll be that price forever. But also, will there still be a postal service? You know? So unpredictable, what the fuck will happen? I know, yeah. Let's start a Blossom stamp group by split. So, yeah, I'd carded, what was it? 25. What am I looking at here? Okay, there's a... I don't know, if you... Oh, this is weird. There are some stamps here that were here yesterday that are now missing. There was a 2025 one and a different 2024 one. Anyways, there were a few, but like it's just interesting because like you could buy some where it's like you get 20, you get 100, and then it goes up to 3,000, 10,000. What I just kind of figure is that the tulip ones, all the 20 and 100 coils are gone. Koala, welcome. Anyways, what do you guys think? Should I just... Like, my thing is, like, should I just buy stamps when I need them? But if I do that, they'll be more expensive. If I buy them now, I could get a good deal on it, but... Is there a chance I won't need them? Because maybe stamps won't be usable. People are stocking up. Well, not stocking up enough to get these 3,000 or 10,000 coils. You buy a reasonable amount of stamps, no more than 100 at a time. Yeah, so I bought a 100 coil last time, and I feel like I'm... I don't know, I didn't count, but it feels like I'm kind of halfway-ish, more or less. Okay, so there is some lift off on this, so we're probably gonna have to use that the Wise Donkey tool. Yeah, this is actually pretty loose. Full digital postal QR code soon. Unless they disarm the populace, they'll get booted in 26. Most of this shit will be painful to undo, but it could happen. I'm 50-50 on the whole thing. I don't know. I can't predict anything that'll happen because how do I put this? I feel like there's a thing that I've been thinking of lately, which is as much as anyone might believe, you know, something that is very likely to be true, it turns out it's not that likely. Or, you know, you might have a totally different perspective. How do I put it? Like, I don't really talk about politics that much, I don't think. But what I will say is this. In 2016, I feel like personally, I was getting a lot of attention on information that Hillary Clinton was going to be elected, and then she didn't. And then in 2024, I was getting a lot of information that Kamala was going to get elected, and then she didn't. So, I don't know. It's just like, well, what the fuck? What the fuck does anyone know, you know? I feel like no one knows anything. Alright, where's the yellow thing? Here it is. You live in NorCal, you're getting news bias, but for real, no one knows anything. I certainly don't. Depends. Yeah, exactly. It depends on the media you consume, for sure. Yeah, and I recognize that. Let's see this way. Okay, so this one is interesting because we definitely might like some rubber bands or something. Or if anything, I can just leave this as is, and then we could just solder and then really just kind of heavily focus on like the alignment pushes. The one thing I noticed though is that there is some give. So like I knew neither would win, but when I stated my reason to piss folks off, I know they're okay, so Wise real quick. So this is a tool from Wise that kind of keeps things sort of aligned when it would otherwise be hard to because your switches like don't stay in the PCB. But here's a situation. As helpful as this is, there is some give. So it's like if I tilt it so that the left top corner, I can push this up and then push this down. And that'll keep it aligned differently than if I do the opposite thing. So, would a rubber band fix that? Like, it would keep everything in place for sure. But the thing is that, like, there's no telling of where it's sitting from when it starts. That's the play in the holes, right? Is it? Oh, let me see. Yeah, that's a good point. Hold on. What's a good way to test this? Do I have a switch anywhere? I have a switch right here. Let's check this out. So here's a switch. If I just put it right here. Oh. I don't think this works with dust proofs. Oh! I think that's why. It doesn't work with dust proofs. That's why. Because these blueberry chiffons are. So what's happening here is that like you're supposed to have, okay, let me find another non-dust proof switch. Just grab some here. Okay, so take a look. If you guys haven't seen this tool before, what it basically is like it's supposed to, like, from a side profile perspective, it's supposed to just kind of accept the switches as is, but only if it's not dust proof. It doesn't have those walls, because it can actually rest there, but we have just used something that is not for this. So that kind of sucks. Yeah. So there's no play at all, like with a non-dust proof, but then with this one, it's moving around. Because it's not even getting to that last one right there. Klexus, welcome. It's not that hard to figure out. But we know HHKV is beautiful and steel plates spark joy. Oh, yes. How goes? We're trying to figure out if this is still a good idea. Wise Doggy, what do you think? Should I switch to a non-dust proof switch, or should I just keep this going? Do you use a lot of dust proof switches? I wouldn't say a lot, but it's just that, like, I didn't think about this. Like, I didn't think about this when I punched everything in. Anyways, I could show... Oh, shit. I could show off what's going on here a little bit more closely. So, take a look at this side profile of this thing. Let's see if we can get it here. I don't know if we can. Right there. So, yeah, this probably illustrates it a little bit better. That's literally like the side profile of cherry tops. So, like, this will fit perfectly, and like it's spaced the way normal rows are spaced. So, like, if I had two of these switches, like this is exactly the the row spacing, right? I might not have put it in the right direction. Right there. Will it show? Will it focus? Come on, man. Yeah, why is Donkey printed this? Did my focus break? Come on, man. Okay, so anyways, what I was saying here is this fits perfectly. This doesn't. It does if it like pushes all the way down. I guess that's kind of how this would work. Like this, the stem has to be fully depressed. So I guess that's how you would do it. And maybe that's what you were referring to, Wise Donkey, when you said you got to use rubber bands. Is that right? Where the hell did this one come from? Oh, this is not the same. Not right? I didn't know about dust proof. No. But I mean, like, if you rubber banded this so that every switch had its stem pushed all the way down, it would actually still fit the profile of just the top housing. And there is a little give, but not that much. So the idea to make it easier for playlist builds. I think that was Wise Donkey's idea. But I mean, it does help for just like kind of general builds where there's a little bit of looseness. So yeah, I mean, it kind of worked because you could use this for a plated build. I think even, right? You could, not necessarily that you should, but you could. You could kind of, anyone can do anything, right? Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go grab a bunch of hair ties, because I still don't know where my stash of rubber bands are. But I have hair ties. All right, here's a few. Let's see how well this will work. Probably already pretty badly because it got misaligned. Let me think about this. I think there's a way to do this even if you didn't have rubber bands. I think. I don't use any fancy contraptions. Okay. So, kind of. I think we're landing at a kind of here. Like, this is gonna kind of work, but I think a big thing is that I think we do the alignment pushes with this on. I think. And then if anything, we could also remove it and then like really drive in the alignment pushes, but I'm not sure. Started tuning these thistle swishes, but I'm not quite done yet. All right, let me also get a window open. And then the fan. Okie doke. Oh. Luther Red, I don't know if you're still here, but apparently you are my 1900th follower. Give or take, I mean, I probably have some bot followers that'll disappear in, you know. You never really have the right number of followers ever because you don't know how many people are going to unfollow you and how many of them are bots that get banned. All right, more news and notes. Yeah, my sleep is pretty messed up. Also, I went to the gym yesterday after I took that long ass nap. I went to the gym. Maybe that was like another thing that kept me up. I was just like that rush from going to the gym. Also, the long ass nap. Also, I don't know if you guys realize, but we for those of you stateside, we lose an hour on Sunday. Woohoo! I feel like it's bad for streams for me because it's like I don't want to stream when it's so hot. That's why I like streaming at night. But it's good for being outside, I guess. It's like I'll probably bike more. All night stream. Yeah, I don't know about that. It's been a while since I've pulled one of those all-nighter streams. Can you get rid of daylight savings time already? It's funny because it's like that has like unanimous support. Like there's really very few people who support having daylight savings time. I can't even think of anyone who actually is like, yeah, hell yeah. Do you guys know anyone who's like that? Hell yeah. This is lit. It's just like so jarring, you know? So jarring to always have to deal with it. Is it raining around you? No, I heard it's raining in Southern California, but here in the Bay Area, it's pretty It's been pretty nice. For now. Literally no one wants it, yet we still have it. I know. Alright, I'm probably never going to use these hair ties again. Because I think I'm going to be getting solder all over them. Big Fernando, welcome. I did drop off envelopes today. Not all of them, but most of them. Yours went out. Just a heads up for anyone who's going to be receiving stamped envelopes from me. They may take a while. I don't know if Kill Combat's here, but Kill Combat still hasn't received something I sent out in September. Kill Combat is in a different country than me, but I also just received someone's Christmas card of someone who lives across the bay. Literally 12 miles away, tops. Just got my Christmas card from them. So... for some people, it might take a while. Yeah, post office is slacking for sure. Well, it also might be the cuts. You know? Could be that. What else I got here? Oh, I still need to add those filters to my website. Sorry about that. Other news and notes here. What else you got? Oh, I don't know if Randy's still here. Randy checked in a little earlier, but I don't know, man. I might keep Ursa. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know if I want the refund or not. Part of me is like, I might not even use it. But there's another part of me that thinks, what if it's good? I was talking to Randy. Turns out those the AE boards EC switches, those are horrendously complicated. Like very, very complicated. It's kind of absurd. It's like at that point you might as well just build normal EC. It's like the feeling I get, at least. Like, basically, to have your build prep for it is, like, more than, like... It's more than Alps level preparation you need to have for your build. It's really ridiculous. So, I don't actually know if I could recommend those. Like keyboard designers will have to prepare to be compatible with them. Otherwise, you're probably dropping more on like custom plates and stuff just to get like these AE boards switches to work. Also, on top of that, as Randy kind of mentioned to me, they don't. He mentioned they don't feel really particularly tactile, which for me is what I would be looking for out of an EC build. Like, I was like worried, like, or I am worried, I still am of that. You could put all of this work in just to get it to function properly, and then, like, what if it still doesn't feel that good? We did once get rid of it for about a year, and then parents started to complain about their kids going to school in the dark and a bunch of other shit. They switched it back. Ugh. Okay, so that's who likes it. Karens, I guess. Fucking kids. Okay, so that is all of this. Now, what is the... I don't know what the best path is to, like, doing alignment pushes on this. Like, I don't know necessarily that all of these are depressed. And the worrying part here is that, like, if I try to do alignment pushes on something that's really rather plateless, that could kind of cause an issue. With that said, though, let's check. Oh yeah, that is most definitely not in all the way. It's like, I don't know if I needed another hair tie in the middle or something. God damn it. So this tip is not wide enough. Tired as fuck. Work, and more work. Hell yeah. Love that. It's funny, I don't know what this crackling sound is as I like push it down, but here's what I'll do is, let's just try this. I'm gonna take all of this off. So one thing I want to just check is everything pushed down and does everything look aligned? Unfortunately, this one right here looks pretty bad. But everything else actually looks pretty good. This one singular one right here. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna push this back. Which one was it again? That one right there. Let that cool. Alright, then we're gonna look at it again. Okay, I would now say that this all seems relatively fixed. I think a lot of the alphas are probably going to be fine, just because they're all held together at least by a plate. So the real ball busters are going to be the numro and then just all the mods and the spacebar. And otherwise, I think that actually looks pretty good. If we look at it from the side, is everything kind of pushed in all the way? It's like that's another thing that we could maybe check out for. And so far, it seems like it. So this might be good. Okay. So now it should no longer matter. Like, I mean, I can still use this. It doesn't matter. Because at this point, I need to do now is just like solder in all the regular legs. Like, there's a chance here that if I try to do alignment pushes, I would actually make it worse because it would end up misaligning due to the amount of give or the play that each of the pins have in these holes. So, if it ends up being that this all feels or looks really bad once I mount keycaps on it, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm probably just gonna say fuck it. Or if anything, it's like I'll just rebuild this down the line with some switches that might hold into the PCB a little bit better. That might be the other good choice. That said, I guess we should look up what key sets we could potentially consider using. I think I'm doing GMK. What do you guys think? We already have DSS on the other build. So we got here. We got Blue Alert. We got a Dual Shot. You got Blanc Sur Noir. We have Dolce. Oh, there's McDelan. I don't think that would really match. Boneyard. We got Boneyard. We got Rudy Dark Horse. Purple Knight. Alter. What do you guys think of Alter on this? What you guys feeling? GMK Dark. Any of these appeal to you? You toy. Dolce looks nice on the Blu-ray. We already have DSS Dolce on the other build, so I'm thinking of like switching it up a tiny bit. But I could if there's nothing really better. But I'm just thinking Alter may work. It's the first Alter. I think I already have Alter Redux on something else. Jack got GMK Maroon. I do have Maroon. You think it would look good on this? I don't know if it would look good on this. I've ran Maroon. Was it Maroon? I ran something Maroon-like. It might have been like Blot or something on a different bluish, grayish keyboard, and I'm not sure if I was a fan. With white alphas? I don't have the white alphas. Joni's welcome. Oh yeah, sorry. The switches are determined. There are the blueberry chiffons. Falter is sick. Oh no! That's a bent pin. God damn it. Damn it, guys. I don't remember if I used... So, like, I have both sets of the alphas for altar number 1. The eagle eyes have... I didn't even use my eagle eyes, so that's on me. But I don't know which one that I've prepped. Which one was which? Is that like the good one was supposed to be a little bit darker? Is that what it was? And then Redux, they made it so that the gray is lighter, right? Is that what happened? So like the original bad one was or Falter. Is Falter the fix or the original bad ones? I forgot. Original bad ones? I see. I think I may have packed the original bad ones, but part of me is curious as to how you can tell without me having to go and find the other ones. Like the original bad with the issue with it was that like it didn't have the correct or planned level of contrast, right? Like it was kind of like an inferior level of contrast. But then like I don't know, I guess some people like that. Alright, quick time check is midnight. I wanted to finish at like 11:30, but I didn't because the Laker game went into overtime. So, well, there goes that. I'm curious about how to best resolve this fucker. Especially considering that the alignment portion of this is pretty important. It was nail biter, yeah. 11, welcome back. That was a crazy game. I feel bad that Brunson went out, because I feel like that's like kind of like the excuse that like, oh, maybe the Lakers might not have won if Brunson was able to keep playing. I feel bad. Alright. Do we have to take out the gun? We might have to take out the gun. I think that's like just the best course of action given everything here. It's plated. We have an alignment situation. I gotta bring out the whole gun just to desolder one singular pin. Why I have a problem with that. Do I? I mean, it's plated, so maybe not. But it's really tight, though. Yeah, it might not... The alignment part of it might not actually be an issue, but I think I'll still just do this. This is probably still the best thing to do. Pull out an old school solder sucker. I don't have one. I used to just buy solder pults all the time. Oh shit. There's no... I don't have a pipe filter on this. Anyways, I used to buy solder pults all the time because I kept fucking up my previous one. It's like I'd buy a solder pult and then fuck it up because I didn't clean it properly. And then I'd have to buy another one, and the cycle kept repeating. That's why I bought an FR300 for the first time, but then I kind of grew out of that and wanted this one instead. Okay, so given that it holds in place, I think the alignment is probably not necessary because we do have this plate that kind of does all the work for us in this scenario. Maybe. I don't know how true that is. Carts boy, welcome. Let's try this. So I do have the plate, which is probably good for alignment in that sense. And maybe I could have done alignment pushes for all the alphas. But I didn't. So, oh well. Okay, I think we're good here. Okay, so let's go and test this. For anyone just tuning in, we are working on this Lily build. Only partially plateless, and I say that because it's not a half plate we're using, but an alpha only plate rather than a mod plate. Okay. So, it all works. Okay. So let me spend time having to clean this now. It's kind of ridiculous. Just for one single thing. Alright, what else I got in my news and notes here? We're coming to hopefully nearing the close of the build and thus the stream. Philco PCBs are on their way, which is really exciting. I had no idea these Nick Heller Philco PCBs existed, but we're finally going to be able to get to build our 4 Philcos. Very excited. Let's see. Oh, Mr. Pooter, I don't know if you're still here, but I was looking at, I think it was your pictures of the SR1, and I've been like iffy on whether or not I like the SR1 design. Ooh, March 11. Wow. It was a long while back. I was iffy on how I feel about the SR1 design. Because I think, like, if you look at it straight from the bottom, it kind of looks goofy. But when you look at it from the side, it actually looks pretty cool. But maybe that's the thing, is like, I guess, do people really look at it from the bottom, straight from the bottom? Maybe it doesn't matter. I'm trying to add a little bit of solder to this tip. just as it cools down. Alright. I do have another piece of news. I found someone selling a ladybird. An HHKB ladybird. And they sent pictures. And I'm interested in buying it, but there is a tiny nick on it. What would you guys do? It's funny because from one angle that he shot the picture of this nick, it's really noticeable, but it's not really noticeable from the top. Should I share the picture? Should I leak the picture? All right, so got a little funny spot there. All right, so we're supposed to just take off the space bar. Okay. All right, Gawk, I don't know if you're still here, but I've kind of forgotten what to do with all this. Is there feet here? Are these... Oh, these are screw feet. Okay. So I think... I forget which one I'm supposed to do first. I think it's... this. Was I supposed to do the internal ones first? I didn't. I just pulled out the keycaps. Was I supposed to? Like the music? Me too. I reckon you do? Okay. Well, I already took 2 of these screws off. The corner ones are stronger. Alrighty. Yes. Holly reflection. Alright. There's our previous build. Let's punch in our new one here. Okay, so then when I do it this way, should I put in the screws, the internal screws first? Or should I screw it all together first? I feel like I should put this down first, right? No? That doesn't make sense. Yeah, internal screws last because you have to put in the top. Yeah, I was like, wait, what am I actually screwing in right now? By the way, shouts out to Gawk. One of the very few people that have done adhesive pour-on correctly. Very rare to see adhesive pour-on be so seamless. I'm back. How did it turn out? Good. So the funny thing is that like because all the alphas are on a plate, that was actually like good for that. It's like the alignment issues kind of just ended up being numro and then the mods and the spacebar, but it worked. It worked out. So it's lit. Okay. So there it is. Let me go find alter. I think it's this. I don't actually know if this was... What was our plan? I had a plan for this. Did I? My original plan for this was to run Dark, GMK Dark, but I guess I'd rather run Alter, honestly. I might not have thought of Alter at first. Yeah, this might be Falter. I don't know. I'd have to go find the other set just to be sure. Oh, one of the issues with Alter in general was has the stupid main legends because it was like the old hiragana. I don't remember whether or not... I don't think there was a Latin kit for this, was there? Alter 1. Alter will clash? You think so? The latest run is still the same? What do you mean? The legends? Round 2? So you're talking about the fat V and the fat A, right? I thought it was fixed. I mean, I can pull that out. Or did I take a picture of it? I might have taken a picture of it. No, it was fixed. Look, I actually have it up right here. This is Alter Redux on my Elixir's Eye stacked acrylic. Yeah, that V is fixed. Hard to see. Yeah, so Alter Redux was fixed. But this one had no such good luck. But I don't remember whether or not there were like other alpha kits, like maybe Latin alphas. I'm guessing no. Shouts out to Gok who ruined older and sub-legend sets for me. I did kind of notice before that something about him seemed funny, but then like I never looked super hard until you pointed it out. I was like, yeah, the X looks funny, and the A and the V. All right, more news and notes here. What else you got? Back to the Splatoon grind. Kind of rough, especially at the start of season. It's all super sweaty. Everyone trying to get back in S+. I haven't done my taxes yet. I feel like this is the year that I want to wait till the very end to do taxes. There's a part of me thinking that what if there is a chance that like before tax season ends, the administration gets rid of taxes. So I don't want to do the taxes yet. So I might as well like wait till the end. All right. Well. Did I forget to do something? Ah, I forgot to switch some stuff here. All right, left win, left alt, right win. Might as well. We'll just throw back some of this other stuff. Let's throw in our good friend eject. And then we'll put in that top cluster here. Okie doke. There we go. Okay. Let's run some type tests, yeah? You guys interested in some type tests? All right. Here we go. We got the I didn't see. Okay. Anyways, did you put the side gaskets on? I don't think I did. I don't know. I built this once before. I just changed out the assembly. I don't think I did the side gaskets. How many small gaskets in the spacebar? I think I avoided side gaskets and spacebar gaskets, if I recall correctly. But I already closed it up, so I don't know. All right, Gok Lily, PCB gasket mounted. We've got blueberry chiffon switches with Wuche Studio CL635 springs, which are 63.5 grams and 13.5 millimeters, so they're super short. We also have a plate, an aluminum plate, but only in the alpha area. So Q to right bracket, Z to question mark, and the whole A row, but not on the mods, none on the alphas, or none on the num row. And then finally here we have GMK Alter, the first edition. I believe this is the Falter alphas, but also I'm not sure. So no predictions. Let's just run it. There we go. What do you guys think? What do you use the Elecom for? Elecom? What is an Elecom? What is an Elecom? Oh, this? Wait. This one? Oh, I do have an Elecom. It's just off to the side here. This one is a Kensington. Yeah, this is a Kensington. This is the wireless slim blade. What I use it for? Sometimes if I'm eating something with my right hand and I need to mouse, that's primarily what it's for. Oh, also, sometimes I switch over because you guys might not see it, but I have a table right here that has my copy stand with my DSLR pointed downwards for my scanning setup. So, like instead of moving all the way over here to like tether and take shots in Lightroom, like I'll just come a little closer here and click this. That sounds like a really fringe use case. Absolutely. It absolutely is. Those are two use cases, both very fringe, but you're not wrong. Was there between the two assemblies? The first assembly had linear switches and were fully plateless. This one has some tactiles. These are the blueberry chiffon tactile. They're like light to medium tactiles. And then there's aluminum plate just in this area right here. All right, and then we'll do one more. Actually, we'll do the last one with some music on. What do you notice? It definitely has less of that plateless sound, where it's just like kind of, I don't know how to describe it other than like there's just kind of like a deepness to not having a plate. So it's like I feel a plate in the alphas. I guess the funny thing here is that like when I do these monkey type tests, I'm only just doing alphas. I'm not doing anything in the number row. So like we could maybe test the number row real quick here, just so that you guys could hear. Oh, I guess you can hear that stupid thing. Hold on. You could also kind of hear my stomach because I'm a little hungry. There. Like you could kind of tell that difference, other than obviously it's in a different part and like different keycap profile at the top, but there's like a depthness or a deepness that's here that isn't here. And so like basically I just get a plate here, and I don't know what to say other than like, I mean, I guess this is mostly what I'm typing anyways, so it's basically kind of like having a plate. It does make assembly easier because now I have pretty easy access to the stabilizer keys, but also the Lily itself needs a specialized plate to allow you to put in those two internal, like top internal screws here. So it does give us access to that without having to cut a whole new Lily plate. So those are all the things that would be different, is just kind of like the ease of use in those particular cases. But other than that, it's a plated build here. There's really just only not a plate at the spacebar level. So from a practical standpoint. Okay. Well, that's the build. So, all right. I guess that would kind of be it. Let's get Lightroom open. Y'all want to do a little giveaway? printed this this picture for myself yesterday. This is Vince Staples in San Francisco. Oh, there's Tina. Hey, you guys want a Supreme Labubu picture? The picture I took of Supreme Labubu. This was in a small shop in the... I forgot what it was called. Like it was like a small plaza in the Chinatown, Las Vegas. Let's get rid of some dust here. Let's see how well it deals with. Oh, it kind of dealt with that heart pretty well. I recently learned, actually just before this this stream, a friend was telling me some information about Labubu that I didn't know. That not all of them are Labubu. I don't know the lore here, but apparently not all of these guys are Labubu. Like, this is a different guy, apparently. Alright, how are you feeling about this? Shall we run it? Let's go. Okie doke. Let's do this. Well, Gawk, if you would like to choose, it's kind of hard to tell which ones are stickers and which one's my desk mat, so you gotta choose one of these. They should make marbles open source so we can find out. Cards, but you can't pass. You finished in last. That's the rules. Only the winner can pass their prize, but the loser has to choose who he raid. The Freaky Gundam. What do you even call this Gundam? I've just been calling it Long Gundam. I guess I could call it Freaky Gundam. The other Gundam, now I already had the Meowth, right? Yeah, you had the Meowth, and then you had the Gundam girl. But I guess you want the Freaky Gundam, but alright, hey. Issy? Alright, let's raid Issy. Jean-Claude Gundam. Grandam. Goddamn. Alrighty. We're gonna be rating Issy. Let me make sure. I gotta get through an ad here. Okay, here's all my stuff here. Join my Discord if you haven't already joined. It actually has a name. There's a name. Let me know what the name is so I can say what the name is next time around. Bye bye merch. Check out Watagaki. Follow them on Instagram. There's a drop. There's a drop tomorrow. Follow them on Instagram. Check out the drop. And then also use my code CGBuen, 5% off. Gadoom? Ah. Gadoom. Okay. Here's the raid message if you are subbed and the raid message if you're not. I think I should be back on Monday. So, yeah, have a good weekend, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to the Lily stream. And I will see you guys next time. Good night.